times. 2,000 meters from start to finish on this new Danube canal. And the Abbagnale brothers are going to be in lane number 3, but closest to you in lane number 1, Czechoslovakia, then Poland, then Italy's Abbagnale brothers, Germany, Yugoslavia and Romania on the far side. Karl-Heinz Becker gets the crews away at the first time of asking, and the interesting thing here is to see what the Abbagnales will do. Will they sit in the field and attack late, or will they go early and try and take a position to command the field? There they are, Carmine and Giuseppe. They're the Germans. Yugoslavia, who were bronze medalists a year ago in Tasmania. And on the outside, in these Coxed pair boats, the Romanians. Cox up in the bow, calling out the race plan, and after the first 10 strokes you can see it's Yugoslavia on the far side in lane number 5 who've taken perhaps half a metre on the Italians, who are a clear second, with everyone else pretty well in a line. Rowing as opposed to sculling here, each man having a blade, and there the Yugoslavians in the stroke, facing you there, Vladimir Banjacek. Behind him, Milan Jansa, picking up that rhythm. Just looking out to his right there to keep an eye on the Abbagnales. And he might do that as well, because the Abbagnales have just taken back that deficit and they've got their bow ahead. And you can see on the far side there, an army of bicycles, the coaches going alongside, watching, shouting their instructions. Shouting the instructions here for the Czechoslovakians is Oldrich Hedgesek for Czechoslovakia, closest to you in lane number 1. And the Czechoslovakians so far yet to collect a gold medal in these championships. Going quite well at the moment. Abbagnales, though, still in the lead as we come to the first quarter of the race. Italy, as you can see, in the lead there from Yugoslavia. In third place of Poland, ahead of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. Stroke there. Mikhail Daleci. Sitting behind him, Dusan Matucek. And all the crews keeping their eyes on the Italians, whose plan is now clear. Just see the water just not as still as these crews would like it. It's hard work into this headwind, and the Italians have opened up almost a length on the Yugoslavians. It's about 3/4 of a length, and they're moving very sweetly. World champions in this event in 81, 82, 85 and 87. And Olympic champions in 84 and 88. Blades there of the Poles. Poles who were first in Lucerne in Switzerland in July, which is the annual form guide to the World Championships. In fact, they beat the Italians on that occasion, but at the moment the tables are being well and truly turned. And the interesting thing here is to see whether the Italians can maintain this rate. Carmine in the bow, Giuseppe the stroke. Carmine, the bowman, 28 from Pompeii. Brother Giuseppe, 31 years of age. And look at these two men, real power. And coming through 1,000 meters, and they've got clear water now over the Poles in lane 2, with Germany having moved up into lane 3. Germans just getting past the Yugoslavians and the Romanians. It's the Abbagnales with this really smooth rhythm. But now our first chance to have a look at the Germans. Torof Peters in the stroke seat. Sitting behind him, Frank Clavon, himself a gold medalist from the Coxed 4. But the Italians really stretching, and just look at the boat there. These are really two powerful men. And they've won so many gold medals for Italy. Giuseppe there just keeping an eye left and right. Little look out to the Yugoslavians. As you can see now, the nearest challengers to them are the Poles. Now Giuseppe Di Capua, Coxed, really calling out the race plan there to his two men, keeping them on course. But the big question is whether they can keep this up and whether any of these other crews can find the energy to close on them. They've gone out fast, they've got more than a length and a half now over the field. Poland, the nearest chasing crew. Closest to you can just see the bow of the Czechoslovakian boat coming into view. 500 meters to go, and it's the Italians who have the lead from Poland with Czechoslovakia. Romania, Yugoslavia and Germany pretty close together for 4th, 5th and 6th. But this is where it's going to tell now, coming into this headwind in the last 500 meters. Have the other chasing crews got the energy to close on the Italians, or have they stolen a march on the field? They've controlled this race from 250 meters onwards. 6 times they've taken this title. Giuseppe there in the coxswain seat, really calling out the race plan, asking for everything from his two colleagues. Poland beginning to close that overlap gap. They haven't got an overlap yet. Czechoslovakia, closest to you, also beginning their charge. Just about 200 meters to go, a little bit more. 250 meters to the line now. Giuseppe Abbagnale, the stroke, behind him, Carbin, Abbagnale, the Italians on the back beginning to go wild, tasting another gold medal success for their famous duo. The view from the bridge as they come into the last 150 meters there, spearheading Italy on the right of your screen is Poland, then Czechoslovakia. The other 3 crews will never make it, but it's between these 3 for the medals. Giuseppe driving them on. Behind there on the far side are both Germany and Yugoslavia, but the battle for silver and bronze is on the near side. Poland, they're closing with every stroke on the Italians, but I think the line is going to come in time for the Abbagnales. Just about 4 or 5 strokes to come. The coaches get down to the end of the enclosures now. The crowd really driving them on here now. Tremendous Italian support. The Italians are going to make it. Abbagnales get their 7th gold medal. The Poles take silver, and Czechoslovakia takes 3rd, ahead of Romania, who also came with a late challenge. Germany are 5th, and Yugoslavia, who led earlier on, finished in 6th place. Tremendous effort, and there's Giuseppe out of the boat in familiar style. And the distances here, in the end, it was pretty comfortable. Just about half a length they had over the Poles, with Czechoslovakia taking the bronze about 3/4 of a length behind their Polish rivals. So gold to Italy, silver to Poland, and Czechoslovakia take the bronze.